Hey everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel, a channel dedicated to personal development and all things entrepreneurship for boss girls. I'm Mbalimahlangu. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up below and make sure to subscribe and click the bell next to the subscribe button to make sure that you do not miss any of the videos that I put out, because I'm really very excited about the content that I've been coming up with. And I'm really hoping that it's going to transform and change your life. I'm trying my best to make sure that I have a video out every week. So remember to subscribe to make sure you don't miss any of my videos. Let's get straight into it. Alright, so year started, and here I find myself overwhelmed with fear and anxiety, and I'm not even sure where this fear and anxiety is coming from. It's just, I would find myself in these spaces where I'm just like, oh, I'm not feeling well, and I know that this feeling is fear and anxiety. And obviously, I'm thinking to myself, what is going on here? Because it's not like I even have anything particular to be anxious about. Not that there's anything that we should allow ourselves to ever be anxious about. But in any case, here I was feeling all these emotions of anxiety and fear. And I thought, you know what, I have to make a video about this, because I then realized that I am probably not alone. And there are many other people that I know are struggling with fear and anxiety. And I just wanted to share my story, but also to just say, hey, let us do something about this. Because if something is not right, we need to do something about it. So I was thinking about it, and I thought to myself, what is fear really? And I realized that fear is basically when we get too much into our own heads. So when we sit and maybe subconsciously we're thinking, and we're busy brewing a situation that's not good at all, and it's like we're brewing it and brewing it and brewing it, and at some point the situation is building up to this bomb that is going to explode. So that is what I'm realizing that fear is a place we get to, that we allow ourselves to get to in our heads, where we just get too much in our own heads. So whether it be overthinking or something like that, but it is just a space where we are too much in our own heads. And I think you probably heard this before, where they say fear is false evidence appearing real. And I think that is so true, because if we look at it at the end of the day, what usually are we anxious about? We're anxious about scenarios that we have created in our own minds, or maybe even scenarios that have happened before that we are allowing to overrule us by thinking that they'll happen again, and identifying with those as something that is part of our lives. So here at the end of the day is false evidence appearing real. And another thing that I've noticed is that fear is being scared or anxious about uncertainty. I'm realizing that as human beings, as spontaneous as we might be, as easygoing as we might be, we naturally don't like uncertainty. We don't like not knowing what's going to happen with our lives, where we're going to be, and so forth. So fear at the end of the day, like I've said, is when we're too much in our own heads, and when we create scenarios in our own minds that we then we attach emotions to as reality, and then thirdly, uncertainty. So that is what fear is. And I just want to encourage you at this moment to actually start identifying times in your life when you've gotten too much into your own head, when you've allowed a scenario that has never happened before, or that you have built up in your own mind. And then uncertainty. What are you uncertain about that is making you anxious and then turn into fear? So let's go have a look at that, because one thing that I have noticed is that, or one thing that I have decided on this, is that in my life, I don't want to cultivate a lifestyle of fear and anxiety, because I feel that it can really become a lifestyle where we just get into the space where we are constantly anxious, where we're constantly riddled with fear, and to a point where we then get crippled and can't move forward or do anything because we're in the state of fear. So I have decided that fear is not allowed in my life, in the sense that it is not allowed in my life as a lifestyle. Obviously, there'll be times where maybe I see something, for example, like a dog I don't know, I get scared, and so that is fear. But what I'm trying to say is, I'm not going to allow it to become a lifestyle in my life where I assume that a dog that I don't know is going to appear out of nowhere, and I'm just getting myself into this state, this reality that I've created in my own mind. So I've got a no fear here rule, and that is how one of the first steps that I'm taking towards overcoming fear and making sure that it doesn't become a thing in my life. And then, we have to take practical steps to overcoming fear, because I like to be practical. I don't like to just encourage and excite people. I like to give you practical steps because I need practical steps. So here are some of the practical steps I am taking to overcome fear and to ensure that it doesn't become a lifestyle in my life. Number one, go into the presence of God. Y'all, I'm telling you, just now I came home and I was feeling fearful and anxious, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to put on a playlist of praise and worship music that always gets me into war mode, that always gets me into I'm going to fight this mode. I put it on, and then the first two songs I was still like sitting on the couch like, but then as the songs kept on playing, and as I started praying in tongues, as I started to renew my mind on the fact that I don't want to constantly live fearful, I started to go, and my confidence got built up again, and my knowledge of who I am got built up again. So first things first, get into the presence of God. Put on that warrior music. Put on that warrior praise and worship music. Even if it's maybe not praise and worship music, put on that music that gets you going, and maybe you start dancing. Maybe you start, moving. I've also noticed that movement. You'll see, I'm just moving in the presence of God. So get into the presence of God. Just worship and pray in tongues. Number two, meditate on your identity. Because I am realizing more and more every day that fear and anxiety is an attack on your identity. It's an attack on who you are. And so you need to meditate on who you are. Even if it means maybe by journaling, writing down, I'm a child of God, I'm beautiful, I know what I'm doing, great is he that is in me than he that is in the world. I don't know, whatever it is what you meditate on, or who you have established you are. So meditate on your identity and reestablish that you are worthy and valuable. And the third thing is to affirm and declare. So just affirm yourself. Give yourself a pep talk. Affirm yourself and declare who you are. Declare you know where you're going, and put up your vision board and say, because I have this written down and I look at it daily and I'm working towards it every day, this is going to happen. And just kind of affirm and declare who you are in that instance. I'm really, really hoping that these 3 tips, getting into the presence of God, meditating on your identity, and affirming and declaring yourself, will be tools that you can use to overcome fear and anxiety. Because, like I said, fear shouldn't be a lifestyle that you accept. Fear shouldn't be something that we're happy to just let into our lives so that it can rule and overwhelm us. Because at the end of the day, we want to start businesses, we want to go into ministry, we want to do what we've been called to do, and we want to do it well, and we want to do it fully, and we want to do it big. So let's make sure that we follow these tips and we overcome. And let me tell you something, it's going to be something we're going to have to do daily. It's that you don't do it once and then you're cured. It's a daily renewal of the mind, a weekly renewal of the mind. So set some time aside and do these things to renew your mind and renew your life, so that you can get back into peace and into a state of freedom and joy. All right. Thank you so much for watching this video. Like I said, remember to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, y'all. Subscribe. And let me know down below in the comment section what you think about this video. Are you struggling with fear and anxiety? Do you have any other tips that we can share with the Bosco community? Please put it down in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate and love you. Mwah.